What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be starting my series where I am giving my predictions for the upcoming 2025 college football season. Today we're starting with the Big Ten, and I'm really excited about this one. I'm really excited to get started, and I've got all my little notes here and stuff. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. And I'm going to go team by team, give a brief summary of what I think. Starting off with my team, the Illinois Fighting Illini, I have them going 10-2 this season, 7-2 in conference play. 2 losses, I have them losing to Indiana, which I think will be a really, really good game. And I have them losing to Ohio State, which I think will be a less good game, but it's Ohio State, not much they can do. I think Illinois is going to be really, really good this season. I'm really, really excited for this season for the first time in a very long time. And I'm really excited to see what Brett Bielema has got going in, year 5 now, I believe. So yeah, really excited to see what's going to happen with them. All right, next up, Indiana. I also have them going 10-2 and 7-2 in conference play. They've got a tougher schedule than they do last year. They play Oregon and Penn State both on the road, which kind of sucks for them. I have them losing both of them, but I think they're still going to be a really good team. Fernando Mendoza, they got in the portal out of Cal. I think he'll be really good. Elijah Surratt, I think, will be really good, wide receiver. And yeah, I think the Hoosiers will still be really good, but I don't think they'll be as good in terms of record as last season. Next up, I have Iowa going 7-5, 5-4 in conference play. They're fine. They lost Caleb Johnson, and I just think he's going to be a big loss for them. But Kirk Ferentz is the Mike Tomlin of college football. He will get them to a bowl game even if they aren't very good, and I don't think they'll be all that good. Maryland, let's keep it short and sweet. 3-9, not winning a conference game. Michigan, I have Michigan going 10-2 this season. I think they'll be really good. I think there's going to be a solid bounce back season. They've had some stuff to build on. And this is really all dependent on if Bryce Underwood is as good as people think he could be, which I'm saying, yeah. So I have Michigan going 10-2, 8-1 in conference play. That loss is going to be, I believe, to Ohio State. I also have them losing to Oklahoma on the road earlier in the season. Michigan State, 4-8. I'm not a big Jonathan Smith guy. I was for a little while. When he was at Oregon State, I really liked what he was building, and they were really close to actually making the playoff in 2023, but they unfortunately didn't. But I don't know, Michigan State is just they've fallen apart, man. Mark D'Antonio having to leave really killed him, and Mel Tucker hire really killed him. So I don't know about them. 4-8, 1-8 in conference play. Next up, Minnesota. I'm really excited about them, and it's because of this guy here, Darius Taylor. I think he's going to be a dog. I think he is going to go crazy in the Big Ten. I could see him going for nearly 1,500 yards, maybe more. Dude is insanely good. I have Minnesota going 8-4. I have them going 5-4 in conference play. I think they're going to be a really good team this year. I'm really excited to see what the Gophers can do. Nebraska, I also have going 8-4. Dylan Raiola, he'll probably improve a little bit, and I think they'll make another bowl game. Kind of have a fairly easy schedule early in the season, but then they play USC, Penn State, and UCLA to end the season. So, kind of a tough stretch there. But 8-4, 5-4 conference play, good season. Northwestern, again, keep it short and sweet. 2-10, 0-9 in conference play. They're going to suck. Let's move on. Now for the reigning national champs, Ohio State. I have them having an undefeated regular season. I know they lost Will Howard. I know they lost both their running backs, but Julian Sayin, I think, will be really good. And they have Jeremiah Smith. And through Jeremiah Smith, all things are possible. So Ohio State, undefeated, 12-0 regular season. Oregon, I have going 10-2. Dante Moore, I think, could be really good for them. But Dylan Gabriel was so good. And they also lost Tez Johnson. They lost a good amount of guys. So 10-2, I feel like is fair. Losses to Penn State and a late season upset loss to Washington. Which, I don't know, because I kind of like Washington this season. So 10-2, 7-2 in conference play. Not a bad season, though. Penn State, I have them going 11-1, only loss at the shoe to Ohio State. They have a fairly easy schedule for the Big Ten, and they don't really play anybody out of conference. It's Nevada, FIU, and Villanova, which I would be shocked. It would be absolutely bewildering if they lost one of those games, if one of those games were even somewhat close. So 11-1, 8-1 season in the Big Ten for Penn State. Pretty good season for them. And yeah, Purdue, they hired Barry Odom. They got a lot of transfers, and I do like them, but I don't think they're going to be all that good this year. They still got a lot of rebuilding to do. So I said 3-9, 1-8 in conference play. Rutgers. I'm not a believer in Ethan Kaliakmanis. For some reason, other people are. I'll never understand it. This dude has not shown anything to tell me that he is some good quarterback, and he's a senior. So 5-7, 2-7 in conference play. Next. UCLA. They had a very weird year last year. Deshaun Foster had to kind of take over from Chip Kelly, who left in like March, I believe it was. And it was an odd coaching situation. But they went 5-7, and I think maybe Deshaun Foster could be a pretty good coach for them. I think they could get back to a little bit of relevance. I have them going 6-6. Unfortunately, I have them losing to USC in the rivalry game. Speaking of USC, I have them going 8-4, 6-3 in conference play. They have a very tough stretch in the middle of the season where they play at Illinois, play Michigan, and then go at Notre Dame. I have them losing all three of those, and then I have them also losing at Oregon, but 8-4 season with that schedule is not too bad. Washington. I said I was pretty high on the Huskies, and I am. I have them going 8-4, 5-4 in conference play. I really like DeMond Williams here. He's just a sophomore, but I think he's got some really good potential. And 8-4 season for the Huskies after kind of a bad season last year where they went 6-7 or 5-7, excuse me. No, 6-7. And last and almost least, Wisconsin. 3-9 for the Badgers. I don't think they're any good. Luke Fickell was a bad hire. I think he's done after this season, if he's not fired mid-season, which I think is a very real possibility if my prediction comes true. 3-9, 1-8 in conference play for the Badgers. All right, quick rundown here. For Offensive Player of the Year, it's a no-brainer. Took me all of a half second to decide. It's Jeremiah Smith. Who else is it going to be? This dude is on his way to being a top 5 college receiver of all time. So I'm taking him for my Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, I didn't know as much about this one, but Derek Moore is a very good D lineman. He plays for a very good team, and if you want to get Defensive Player of the Year, you kind of have to be a D lineman. So I took Derek Moore from Michigan to be my Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, and yeah, I think that's a good pick. Finally, if you weren't keeping track, based on my standings, the conference championship matchup will be Ohio State versus Penn State, and I have the Buckeyes winning because Penn State cannot beat Ohio State. It is not possible. Last year they probably should have, and they still didn't. So to kind of tie it all up into a knot, I have Ohio State winning the Big Ten this season, 13-0 season, and that would mean they clinch a spot in the college football playoff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something, I guess. I'm not sure really, but yeah, I enjoyed doing it, and I'll see you in the next one, probably coming out in the next day or two. I'm gonna do probably the SEC next, and then you guys can let me know what